Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday. For your 12 p.m. Stretch break, you'll just need a chair. Just be careful if it's on rollers. So we're just going to take a seat and we are just going to, I will turn my chair your direction so you can see what I'm doing. We are going to cross our left ankle over our right knee, and we are going to gently place that left hand on that left knee, and we're just going to lean into it. And you can gently push down on that knee if you want. It's completely optional. Just really stretching out that glute, especially since we've been sitting for most of the morning, or at least I have. Nice job, really holding it. All right, so the next stretch that we're going to do, if it allows, if you know, with what you're wearing, I just want you to bring your knee towards your chest. And if you want to get out of that seated position, you could totally stand and you could just bring that knee into your chest. And if you feel like it's easiest to hang on to something, you can do that as well. All right, so I'm going to take a seat back in my chair because we'll do the other leg after we do this stretch. So I want you to cross your right ankle over your left knee this time, and I want you to place your right hand on your right knee, and I want you to lean into it, pushing gently on that right knee if you want. And again, optional. You just notice that stretch a little more. Nice job. So that next stretch is going to be the one where we bring the knee into the chest, and you could do it seated or standing. All right, so again, bring that knee up towards that chest. Otherwise, you could stand. And again, you can hang on to a wall if you're worried about balance, but otherwise, just bringing that knee up. All right. So for the next one, we are going to use the chair, but we're going to do our hamstring stretch a little differently than we have. So I just want you to put your right foot up onto the chair. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can always just kind of extend that right foot and heel on the ground and then just reach for the toe. Otherwise, you can place your foot up onto the chair and either reaching for your calf, your ankle, or your toe, feeling that stretch through the back of the leg. So again, if you prefer to stand, you could always just have your heel on the ground and then just reaching towards the floor, otherwise on the chair. I always try to present options because I never know. Nice job. All right, so now I'm going to put my left foot up on the chair. And again, either it would be left heel on the ground and reach for that toe or up on the chair. All right, ready? Go. So whether it's your calf or your ankle or your toe. Nice job. All right. So I'm going to turn my chair around, but it's completely optional. This one, you don't really need to use the chair. So I'm just going to hang on to it, but I'm going to cross my left foot over my right leg, or my left in front of my right leg. And I'm just going to reach. So my left hand is reaching towards the right side. Just feeling that stretch through the back, right underneath the armpit. And again, you don't need the chair, but sometimes from a balance perspective, Sometimes you might feel a little off. And we don't want anyone to get injured. Nice job. All right. So now I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to cross that right leg over that left leg. And now I'm going to reach right hand towards the left side. And again, you can hang on to a wall if you have a wall. That's easier. But again, feeling that stretch right underneath the shoulder, into the side of our core, a little bit into that hip. Nice job. All right. So now we're going to take a wide stance, and you can slightly turn your feet out just a little bit. And we are going to do an inner thigh stretch, but it's more one leg at a time. So I want you to lean or sit back towards one side. So I'm sitting towards that right side or towards the right leg. And so I'm keeping that left leg extended so I feel it through the inside. And if you feel like this one would be easier, seated, you could always just kind of sit on the edge of your chair with that same motion and just leaning forward. Don't notice it as much. All right, so still in the same position, I want you to take that foot with the leg that's straight, and I want you to turn it up towards the sky or towards the ceiling and still leaning into it. And again, if I was standing, that left foot, we need straight up in the air, just feeling it a little differently through the inside part of that leg. And I just have both my hands just kind of resting on my right knee. All right, so I want you to come out of that, and now still with the same stretch, but now we're going to sit back towards the left. So towards the left leg, and keeping that right foot flat on the ground, but the right leg is extended out to the side, feeling that stretch through the inner thigh. And again, now my hands are just kind of resting on my left knee. And now I'm going to take my right toe or my right foot, and I'm going to turn it up towards the ceiling. And again, this is optional. But again, you could do it in a seated fashion too. You just want to make sure your stance doesn't get so wide to where you feel like you're, maybe doing the splits, especially if you don't want to get stuck and you're trying to get out of it. Nice job. All right. So the next one that we're going to do is for the quads or the front of the leg. So we're just going to grab the top of our right foot and just keeping that right knee in line with the other leg or the left leg. Nice job. All right, we're going to push that knee back just a little bit. So instead of being in line with the other leg, I want you to push it back. Nice job. All right, so let's switch and do the left side. So I'm just going to turn myself around so you see what I'm doing. So left hand grabbing the left foot, keeping that left knee in line with the right leg. And again, feeling that through the front of that upper leg, upper thigh. If you struggle, if for whatever reason, to be able to grab your foot, you can always rest that foot on a chair, which could be a little easier to do, just to let you know. All right, so I still want you to hold that position, but now pushing that left knee back. And now feeling that stretch a little higher up into that bend of the hip. Nice job. All right, so now we're going to stretch our calves out or those lower leg muscles. And I want you to get into this runner stance to where we're pushing that back right leg or pushing that back right heel into the floor. Again, you could use a chair, but it doesn't really need, it's not needed. You could always just kind of rest your hands on that leg that's in front, or you can put your hands on a wall. Nice job. All right, let's do the other leg. So now I'm going to extend that left leg, pushing that left heel back into the ground. And again, you don't need to take a big, like a split stance. You could always lessen it and bring it a little closer to the other leg. Obviously, a bigger step or a bigger stance, or like almost like you're about to do the splits, and really pushing that heel towards the ground is going to give you a bigger stretch or more of a stretch, depending on how flexible you are in the back of the leg. Nice shot. All right. So with the next one, we're going to cross that arm in front of the body. And so my left arm is going to cross over towards the right. And I'm going to take my right hand and either grabbing my left wrist or my left elbow. We're just doing a stretch of the back, the upper back. Nice job. All right, let's go other side. So right arm is going to cross over towards the left and right in front of us and either grab. So your left hand is going to either grab your right wrist or your right elbow. And again, trying to keep that shoulder down. Nice job. All right, so interlock your fingers and I want you to push it up towards the ceiling. Just trying to get some lengthening just within the core, the torso. So just reaching as high as you can. And the fingers don't necessarily need to be interlocked. You could go hands apart, just really reach. Nice job. All right. So interlocking those fingers, and we're going to place it back behind our head, and we're going to push those elbows back and push our head back into our hands. Nice job. All right, so the last one that we're going to do, or the last grouping of stretches, are going to be for the neck, since we seem to have a lot of tension and stuff in that upper neck, upper, back. So let's work on that. So looking up towards the ceiling or the sky, keeping your mouth closed, I want you to push your lower jaw forward and really feeling that stretch underneath your neck. Right underneath the chin. And while you are doing that same position, I want you to let the head just slightly tilt to the left and then to the right, still doing that same stretch. And again, being gentle as you do it, not forcing it. Again, those muscles get really tight. All right, so now let's bring right ear to right shoulder. And again, you don't need to use your hands this time. And now left ear to left shoulder. And now I want you to take your chin looking over your right shoulder. And then taking your chin looking over towards your left shoulder. Two more stretches. I want you to look down and I want you to use one of your hands just to gently grab on the back of your head. Not the back of the neck, but the back of the head. Just feeling that stretch kind of in that upper back, right at the base of your neck. Then one last and final stretch. It's more of a movement. I just want you to go clockwise with some head circles really quick. And then go counterclockwise. Keep doing that while I tell you what we've got going on for tomorrow. So for tomorrow at 7 o'clock or 7:30, it's always one of those two times, is a total body circuit or that's in person. And then at 8 o'clock is the last Eat Well, Be Well webinar. And then if you happen to be in the fitness center and you want to see me in my Halloween costume, come on down. All right. Have a great day, everyone.